You can dye your hair. You can buy a fast car. But if you ignore your feet, you age yourself instantly. Gentlemen, they say the eyes are the window to the soul. False. Your shoes are the window to your self-respect. I see it every day. A distinguished man over 50, wearing a sharp jacket, absolutely ruined by a pair of clumsy, square-toed mistakes or neon running shoes that belong in a gym, not a dinner date. You tell yourself it is for comfort. The world sees it as defeat. A great outfit built on bad shoes is like a mansion built on a swamp. It will sink. Today, we perform surgery. We are cutting out the 5 specific footwear disasters that make you look outdated and replacing them with the icons of timeless masculinity. Stop dressing for the nursing home. Dress for the legacy. Item 1. The Pilgrim, the square toe. We begin our list with the single most offensive item in the male wardrobe. It is the cockroach of men's fashion. It simply refuses to die. I am talking, of course, about the square-toed dress shoe. You know this shoe. It has a flat, boxy front that looks as if it was chopped off by a guillotine. It creates a silhouette that resembles a duck's bill or a spatula. Gentlemen, let us look at basic biology. Your foot is not square. Your toes do not end in a straight line. Therefore, wearing a shoe that defies the natural anatomy of your body is not a stylistic choice. It is a visual error. The square toe rose to prominence in the late 1990s and early 2000s as a modern reaction to traditional footwear. But today, for a man over 50, it does not signal modern. It signals that you stopped updating your software 20 years ago. It screams mid-level manager from 2004. Visually, the square toe is disastrous for your proportions. Because the shoe is blocky and wide at the tip, it makes your feet look shorter and your legs look stumpier. It adds unnecessary visual weight to the bottom of your trousers, making you look like you are wearing 2 cinder blocks. It destroys the sleek vertical line we are trying to create. A man of status should look aerodynamic, not static. The upgrade. The cap toe Oxford, or the classic round toe. To fix this, we return to the geometry of elegance. You must replace the box with the curve. Your upgrade is the cap toe Oxford, or a sleek derby. This is the gold standard of footwear. The toe box should be rounded, almond-shaped, or slightly chiseled, mimicking the natural curve of the human foot. Why is this superior? First, it extends the visual line of the leg, making you appear taller and leaner. Second, it is timeless. A rounded Oxford from 1950 looks just as stylish today as it will in 2050. It is old money because it ignores fleeting trends. When you wear a high-quality leather Oxford with a proper Goodyear welt, you are wearing a piece of architecture. The cap toe refers to the horizontal stitching across the toe box. This simple line breaks up the leather, adding a touch of visual interest without sacrificing formality. When choosing this upgrade, focus on dark brown or black. Avoid the shiny, corrected grain leather that looks like plastic, which square-toed shoes are often made of. Look for full-grain calfskin that develops a patina over time. The difference is night and day. The square toe says you are a pilgrim wandering in the past. The cap toe Oxford says you are a statesman striding into the future. Burn the boxes, embrace the curve. Item 2. The Frankenstein, the hybrid dress sneaker. If the square toe is an error of geometry, item number 2 is an error of category. I call this the Frankenstein, or the hybrid dress sneaker. This is the shoe that tries to be two things at once and fails miserably at both. You have seen this abomination. It features a formal leather upper, perhaps a wingtip or a lace-up derby, clumsily grafted onto a thick, white, athletic rubber sole. It is the mullet of footwear. Business on top, gym class on the bottom. Many men over 50 fall into this trap because they are sold the lie of hybrid versatility. Marketing campaigns tell you, it's as comfortable as a sneaker but looks like a dress shoe. Do not believe them. It does not look like a dress shoe. It looks like a mistake. It creates what designers call the uncanny valley effect. It looks almost right. But something is deeply disturbing about it. When you wear this, you signal indecision. You look like a man who is confused about his environment. Are you going to a board meeting, or are you running a marathon? It suggests you are willing to sacrifice aesthetic integrity for a cheap shortcut to comfort. It is the uniform of the tech intern, not the seasoned patriarch. The upgrade, the Chukka boot, the desert boot. You want comfort? You want a rubber sole? You want versatility? The answer is not a hybrid. The answer is a classic. Your upgrade is the Chukka boot, specifically the suede desert boot with a crepe or high-quality rubber sole. This is the footwear of legends like Steve McQueen and Anthony Bourdain. It bridges the gap between formal and casual perfectly because it was designed to do exactly that. The Chukka is defined by its simplicity, ankle height, open lacing with just 2 or 3 pairs of eyelets, and a rounded toe. Unlike the Frankenstein, the Chukka is honest. It doesn't pretend to be a suit shoe. It is a rugged, refined, casual boot. The magic lies in the material. A rich, dark brown or sand-colored suede softens your look. It adds texture that pairs beautifully with jeans, chinos, or even gray flannel trousers. Crucially, the sole of a desert boot provides the same shock absorption as that ugly white sneaker sole, but it does so discreetly. A crepe sole or a dark day-night rubber sole absorbs the impact of the pavement without screaming for attention. It allows you to walk miles in the city or stand for hours at a gallery opening without pain, all while maintaining the silhouette of a gentleman. The Frankenstein shoe screams, "My feet hurt!" The Chukka boot whispers, "I am ready for anything. Stop compromising. Throw away the hybrids." Item 3. The tourist, the Velcro sandal. Item number 3 is arguably the most damaging to your dignity in the summer months. I call it the tourist, but you know it as the Velcro sport sandal. Or worse, the open-toed leather slide that exposes the entirety of your foot to the public. Let us establish a ground rule for the gentleman over 50. Nobody wants to see your toes. Unless you are standing on the sand of a beach or the tiles of a swimming pool, your feet should be covered. The Velcro sandal is particularly offensive because of its associations. It screams, confused tourist lost in a foreign city. It features bulky straps, aggressive buckles, and that distinct, childish rip sound every time you take them off. It is the footwear of a toddler, scaled up for a grown man. Visuals aside, let's be honest about anatomy. As we age, our feet do not get prettier. Thickened nails, hair, and dry skin are realities of life. Displaying this in a restaurant or a coffee shop is not an act of liberation. It is an act of aggression against everyone trying to enjoy their meal. And please, do not even get me started on the cardinal sin of wearing socks with sandals. That is not a style. That is a cry for help. The sport sandal suggests you are prepared for a hike through a river, yet you are likely just walking to the grocery store. It is functional gear used in the wrong context, destroying your elegance instantly. The upgrade, the summer loafer, the espadrille or unlined suede. You live in a hot climate? It is humid? I understand. The solution is not exposure. The solution is breathability. Your upgrade is the summer loafer. Specifically, we are looking at two distinct options: the espadrille or the unlined suede loafer. Let's look at the espadrille. Originating from the Pyrenees, this is the classic footwear of the French and Spanish Riviera. It features a canvas or soft suede upper and a distinctive sole made of jute rope. It is incredibly lightweight, allows air to circulate, and covers the foot completely. It says, "I am enjoying a summer in Capri," not "I am looking for the nearest restroom." Alternatively, choose an unlined suede loafer. Unlined is the key word here. It means there is no stiff leather layer inside. It is just a single, soft piece of skin that wraps around your foot like a glove. It is soft enough to wear without socks or with invisible socks, and collapses slightly for a relaxed, old money aesthetic. Look for colors like sand, tobacco, or pale gray. These shoes offer the same ease as a sandal. You just slip them on, but they maintain the silhouette of a shoe. They respect the public, they respect your outfit, and most importantly, they respect your age. You can wear them with linen trousers or tailored shorts and look like a billionaire on his yacht. The Velcro sandal makes you look like you are late for a bus tour. The choice is yours. Item 4. The gym teacher, the neon runner. Item number 4 is the most common fashion epidemic of the modern age. I call it the gym teacher. It is the bulky, neon, technical running shoe worn with jeans or khakis. You see this everywhere. A man wears a decent polo shirt and acceptable trousers, but on his feet, he is wearing a radioactive green and orange explosion of mesh, gel, and plastic springs. Let us be very clear about the purpose of these shoes. They are marvels of engineering. They are designed for one specific task: to propel the human body forward at high speeds on asphalt. They are tools, not accessories. Wearing high-performance marathon shoes to sit in a coffee shop or go to the grocery store is like wearing a bicycle helmet to watch a movie. It is contextually absurd. Visually, these shoes are hyper-aggressive. They are designed to be seen by cars at night. When you pair them with civilian clothing, they dominate the entire outfit. All people see are your feet. They create a bottom-heavy look that destroys your silhouette. Furthermore, they carry a stigma. They suggest the Seinfeld dad aesthetic, a man who prioritizes utility over everything else, to the point where he looks childish. It signals that you do not understand the difference between athletic and leisure. The upgrade, the minimalist sneaker, the clean leather trainer. I know what you are thinking. But I want to be comfortable. I cannot wear dress shoes all day. I agree. You should not have to. The solution is not to abandon sneakers. It is to elevate them. Your upgrade is the minimalist sneaker. This is a sneaker stripped of all noise. It has no logos. It has no neon stripes. It has no visible air bubbles or complex plastic cages. It is a sleek, low-profile shoe made of high-quality, full-grain leather, usually sitting on a flat, solid rubber sole. The most classic version is all-white or off-white, cream. A monochromatic navy or black leather version is also acceptable and very chic. Why is this the superior choice? Because it bridges the gap between youth and maturity. A minimalist sneaker respects the smart casual code. It is polished enough to be worn with dark denim, chinos, and even a casual, unstructured suit. It tells the world, I am active, I value comfort, but I am also a man of taste who appreciates design. It allows you to walk with the comfort of a sneaker, but the visual weight of a shoe. When buying, look for margome soles or Italian leather construction. Avoid canvas, like Converse, which can look a bit too teenage for a man over 50. You want the structure of leather. Keep them spotless. A dirty running shoe looks like you went for a run. A dirty luxury sneaker looks like you are careless. With the minimalist sneaker, you reclaim your dignity without sacrificing your knees. Item 5. The Patient, the Shapeless Slip-on. We arrive at the final offender. This is the shoe that does not just age you, it invalidates you. I call it the Patient. I am referring to those shapeless, soft-sided slip-on shoes, often found in the aisles of supermarkets or pharmacies. They usually feature a thick, clunky rubber sole that curls up at the toe, a mix of cheap leather and stretchy mesh, and questionable stitching that serves no aesthetic purpose. Gentlemen, I understand the appeal. As we get older, bending down to tie laces becomes a nuisance. Dealing with stiff leather can be painful. So you buy these shoes because they are easy. But ease comes at a terrible price. These shoes have the aesthetic of medical equipment. They look orthopedic. When you wear them, you are broadcasting a signal to the world that says, I am frail, my feet hurt, I have surrendered. They change the way you walk. You do not stride, you shuffle. You look like you are wandering the halls of a nursing home looking for the pudding station. They strip away your masculinity and replace it with infirmity. A man over 50 is in his prime. He should not dress like he is in palliative care. The upgrade, the Chelsea boot. You want a shoe that has no laces? You want a shoe that you can slip on and off in 1 second without bending over? You want comfort? Perfect. The answer is the Chelsea boot. This is the greatest footwear hack in history. Invented in the Victorian era but popularized by the Beatles and the Rolling Stones in the 1960s, the Chelsea boot offers the exact same mechanical convenience as the Patient shoe, but with infinite style points. The secret lies in the elastic gusset, that stretchy panel on the side of the boot. It allows the foot to slide in effortlessly, but once inside, the boot hugs the ankle, creating a sharp, streamlined silhouette. Unlike the shapeless slip-on, the Chelsea boot is aerodynamic. It makes your foot look narrow and elegant. It looks incredible with jeans. It looks rugged with chinos. And a sleek black leather pair can even be worn with a suit. It gives you a rock and roll edge. It suggests that you are still dangerous, still relevant, and still cool. When choosing a pair, simplicity is key. Avoid chunky soles or excessive broguing. You want a whole-cut look. made from a single piece of leather if possible. For a sharp city look, go for black calfskin. For a softer weekend look, go for dark brown or snuff suede. The suede Chelsea boot is particularly comfortable because the leather is soft and requires almost no break-in time. Swap the shoes of a patient for the boots of a rock star. Walk with purpose, not pain. An architect does not build a cathedral on a swamp. Your wardrobe is your architecture, and your shoes are the foundation. If the foundation is weak, the entire structure collapses. It does not matter how expensive your suit is if you are standing on cheap plastic. By upgrading these 5 items, you do not just look better, you stand taller. You walk with a different rhythm. Not the shuffle of the defeated, but the stride of the capable. Look at your feet right now. Do they reflect the man you used to be, or the man you are today? The choice is yours.